Unilever has long held belief that being a responsible, sustainable business makes us a stronger, better business. In 2009, our responsible, sustainable approach was codified in the Unilever Sustainable Living Plan, USLP. We were the first FMCG company to set such long-term goals with robust metrics. But now, competitors are raising their game. Consumers are demanding more, and employees and investors are attracted to companies that act responsibly and put sustainability at the core of their business model. Now is the time to focus on delivering impact by making sustainability progress integral to business performance. We are determined to deliver consistent and competitive performance while transforming our business to achieve our sustainability goals. We will do this as part of the Growth Action Plan by doing fewer things, done better, and with greater impact. For Unilever, driving sustainability impact is in 4 priority areas: climate, nature, plastics, and livelihoods. How will we realize our sustainability commitments? To do this, we have a model of action that is tactical and comprised of a 4-step process. Firstly, we need to make the changes in our own operations to ensure our own house is in order. Secondly, we will take advantage of the size and scale of Unilever to influence business practices and policies across our value chain. And by value chain, we mean everyone, from suppliers and customers to consumers and others connected to Unilever's operations and businesses. Thirdly, we will leverage the power of our purpose-led brands through a combination of marketing and communication capabilities, as well as programs and partnerships. And finally, we are working to drive systems-level changes via industry collaborations and cross-sectoral alliances. Each one of us has a role to play in realizing the vision of being the global leader in sustainable business. We will also provide a summary of our health and safety vision, programs, and site safety guidelines. In the past few years, we have witnessed extreme weather events that have crippled transport, disrupted food systems, and destroyed homes. What's happening around us? Is it a change in the weather or climate change? What is the difference between the two? Weather is the state of the atmosphere in a particular location, be it sunshine, wind, rain, the heat, or a cloudy overcast. Climate change is the long-term shift in temperatures and weather patterns that are statistically measured over a long period of time. Such shifts can be natural, due to changes in the sun's activity or large volcanic eruptions, or can be driven by human activities, primarily due to the burning of fossil fuels like coal, oil, and gas. Burning fossil fuels generates greenhouse gas emissions that act like a blanket wrapped around the Earth, trapping the sun's heat and raising temperatures. The main greenhouse gases that are causing climate change are carbon dioxide and methane. These come from driving a car or generating electricity through coal. Deforestation can also release carbon dioxide. Energy, industry, transport, buildings, agriculture, and land use are among the main sectors causing greenhouse gases to be emitted into the Earth's atmosphere. The Earth is a system where everything is connected, and changes in one area can influence changes in others. What's the way out? First, we must limit global temperature rise to no more than 1.5 degrees Celsius to maintain a livable climate. Globally, there are 3 scopes under which a company's emissions are measured. Scope 1, direct emissions resulting from the company's direct activities. Scope 2, indirect emissions, that is, purchased electricity used by the company. Scope 3, indirect emissions, not in direct control of the company, for example, upstream and downstream of supply chain. In HUL, we have achieved 98% reduction in Scope 1 and 2 emissions, kg per ton of production. The bulk of HUL's total GHG emissions come from Scope 3, which is not in our control but that of our suppliers. We are also working with key supply partners on reducing their emissions by joining our Global Supplier Climate Program. Through the program, we will provide tailored support to develop their emission reduction plans. To strengthen our journey towards net zero, we announced a collaboration with key chemical companies to pilot the production of near-zero emissions, synthetic soda ash, a key ingredient in laundry powder. Similarly, we are addressing challenges of climate change key crops, such as tea and coffee, through promoting regenerative agricultural practices, thereby improving resilience of suppliers and smallhold farmers growing crops. These actions strengthen our commitment to achieve net zero emissions across the company value chain by 2039. At every stage of our value chain, there is the potential to have an impact on human rights, for better or worse. To continue living our purpose, we need to be true to our responsibilities and respect the human rights of our people, as well as the rights of the individuals and communities with which we work. With over 19,000 employees in HUL, millions of workers in our supply chain, and consumers, how can we remain vigilant? It is not enough to just follow the law. Companies now know they have a responsibility to identify, prevent, and address negative impacts on human rights by their business relationships, and their products. In the case that individual or community rights are harmed, people should have access to effective remedy, and both states and businesses have a role to play in this. Businesses can impact human rights in many different areas. There could be financial impacts, such as farmers growing commodities but not making enough to support their families, or factory workers with an unacceptably poor standard of living. But impacts can be even more varied. Product marketing could carry unintentional discriminatory messaging. Food products could lead to obesity or harm general health. Data might be collected for consumer insights, but without consumer consent. As a purpose-led global business, we have a responsibility to use our size and scale to address any impacts that we have caused or contributed to, and to improve the lives of those people in our value chain. This also helps us towards living our purpose to brighten everyday life for all. How can we do this? By creating clear policies that set out how to embed respect for human rights into our business and value chain. These policies need to be operationalized, and there should always be ways for people to raise concerns. We need to make sure everyone's voice is heard. This is a part of human rights due diligence, and through this, it's important that we ask critical questions about how we manage risks to people. This means we have to identify and assess the harm we potentially involved with. Consider how we will act to prevent and address this harm. Track what we are doing to determine if it is effective. Determine who we need to communicate with about the work. And throughout this, we must engage with people to improve our understanding of what is needed. At HUL, safety is a core business value, and this, for us, is non-negotiable. Our Vision Zero is supported by our Health and Safety Program, which is dedicated to the goal of avoiding work injuries and preventable illnesses within the organization. Our well-being framework centers on 4 pillars: physical, purposeful, mental, and emotional. We aim to improve our employees' health and well-being through the Employee Assistance Program. This confidential service is always available by phone, text, or web chat. It's accessible for both employees and their families. Furthermore, our mental health champions offer crucial help to colleagues with mental health issues, guiding them to appropriate resources and support. All our sites, including our factories, adhere to the highest safety standards. However, it is still crucial for each individual to be conscious of their own actions and responsibilities. To prevent accidents, it's important to follow these safety measures. Always follow signages and know the hazards and precautions related to chemicals. Use designated pathways while moving within the site. Ensure you have permits and use safety protocols for non-routine tasks like electrical repairs. Stay alert to avoid slips, trips, and falls. Follow procedures to keep safe near moving machines. We must be conscious of hazards in our workplace and strictly follow the established safety protocols to protect ourselves and those around us. To avoid falls, don't use your phone while walking, especially on stairs, and always use designated pathways to stay clear of vehicles and machinery. When working at heights, always get a permit and use the right tools and safety gear. To avoid electrical hazards, use approved gadgets only, don't overload sockets, and follow emergency protocols. Keep your workspace tidy and secure furniture to eliminate the hazard of falling objects. To reduce ergonomic stress, maintain correct posture, switch up repetitive tasks, and take regular breaks. Our HUL Safe Travel policy helps us stay safe on the roads. It emphasizes always wearing protective gear, obeying speed limits and traffic rules, and avoiding intoxicants and mobile phone use while driving. Our organization is taking all required steps to equip employees to be safer on the roads. We've equipped our vehicles with systems that alert drivers to potential dangers like fatigue and speeding. Our driver management centers offer training and facilities for drivers' well-being and safety.